Well, it involves skills that a lot of employers ask about in job interviews. For example, things like communication, organisation, working in a team. It means that you've got examples to talk about when you're asked about those things, rather than just saying, oh, well, I did a degree, I had to do this presentation, had to do that presentation. You can talk about, I had to present in front of a panel of judges and apply for funding, I had to talk to businesses in town, I had to come up with my own business idea. And it sounds really good if you've got something unusual like that to talk about.
I think it's good for a confidence going into an interview situation as well, because you have to deal with circumstances and situations you're not accustomed to, such as having to present in front of a panel also, because we had to do the second pitch in front of a panel of experts and in front of Dan Snow, which was very nerve-wracking. So I think it's good to have that experience of doing something you're not used to, and as we've said before, in doing something that involves a lot of pressure, but at the same time it doesn't have the same urgency as a job interview. So you get the experience of the situation, but without the pressure, so that you're able to grow into the role.
Well, it already has impact on my employability. I went for an interview for an internship over Easter, and I don't think I would have got it if I didn't have the history project to talk about, and my experiences and skills gained being a project manager.
And those things that you develop such good business skills, and these skills that are so universal against all job prospects. You don't have to want to work in history. I mean, you could be an accountant and deal with the finances. There's such a range of things you can get involved in. You'd be foolish not to, really.
First of all, I'd suggest that you do definitely get involved in it because it's very worthwhile in terms of job prospects, but it does take up a lot of your time, so you have to be able to prioritise and manage your time effectively to get the most out of the projects and to not let it interfere with your studies.
Yeah, I'd make sure that you really think through how much work you're going to have to do and at each stage of the project, and to look at the deadlines of the project and think how it fits with deadlines for work and stuff. But other than that, just make sure you've got like an idea you really personally like and you're going to enjoy developing, and make sure it's a viable idea that you're going to be able to sell and things like that.
It might be worth trying to have a team with people from different year groups in, just so that you have different time scales during the year.
Well, first of all, it's a load of fun. You get to meet so many great people, be they sort of people who are in your team or the other teams, or even sort of you're lucky enough to meet somebody like Dan Snow, or my personal thing, I preferred meeting the guy who came was the head of the Grand Opera House, because we'd done so much work with them, that it was really great to see him, and he lived in part of that history, so for me being a bit of a history nerd, that was quite fun. But generally get involved, there's lots of things you can do, it's entertaining, it'll grow up your CV if that's your bottom line there. But do it, I can't see any reason why you wouldn't.
I think it's worthwhile because, if you're an history student, you probably all had to answer the question what are you going to do with a history degree? And it's so frustrating, and it's obvious that it's more than just being a historian. So if you really want to demonstrate the kind of practical skills that you have got from doing a history degree, then that's why you should get involved.